Today, I'm going to be covering what did I learn with this 30-day sitting in front of my camera challenge. This is going to be a little bit difficult now that I think about the timing of things, but how can I grow if I never start something that is a little bit more difficult? Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Hi everyone, I am Claire Monroe, and let's begin with why did I even start this challenge? I had a really hard time sitting in front of a camera, even at a very young age. Just did not have a lot of confidence in who I was, and really caused me to wish I've done more to get more confident in myself and just have better quality documentation of my life as I go forward. I can become a little bit more me because I do tend to kind of feel a little weird when recording, and so my personality kind of fluctuates, and I don't like that. I also am doing this because I plan on making more content that is long form about getting better, improving, and showing that process so that you guys can follow along. I kind of need to be able to talk in front of the camera, and so with that, I'm going to get into what have I learned when doing this challenge. One thing that I have learned is that my confidence has gotten better sitting in front of the camera. But here's what surprised me the most. Probably halfway to 2/3 through my everyday videoing, I have learned that talking to people has actually been a lot easier. When talking to some of the friends that I met at the hostel here in Istanbul, I was able to talk to them for longer, come up with ideas to talk about, and felt like my communication skills have gotten better. This was not something I fully expected, but I'm honestly really grateful for. Another thing that I have learned is that I have become a lot more aware when I'm communicating on and off camera of my filler words and my run-on sentences. This means if I go and say and so and on, or make a really long sentence, my brain starts to flag me with that. You're going too fast, or you don't know what you're talking about. So I need to slow down and kind of think of what I actually want to say.
But back to the main topic of this is, dang it, I'm saying a lot of ums in these. I'm so sorry.
This has helped because even though it can distract me when I am recording and it makes it sometimes hard to keep on a topic, it allows me to focus on that type of small little issue that I have and become a little bit better every time that I talk. Even right now, I'm realizing how much I say and so, how, and just a lot of these other words. Another thing that I have learned, lighting and positioning of the camera does make a big difference. If I were to put it up, don't worry about where I'm sitting, any of the lighting, it's probably gonna be a dark lit video that nobody's really gonna want to see, even if I have a lot of good information. That has led me to kind of focus on lighting, and so right now I'm actually sitting in front of a window that is letting in a lot of natural light, and I'm trying to face more of it so that you guys can see my face. There's not so many shadows. I don't have lighting equipment, and I don't have a very grand camera. I'm using my phone. I'm using any lighting that I have. I've been learning these small things of, it's bright out, I should probably record now, or I have an overhead light. Depending on which way I sit, it's going to determine where my shadows are. The positioning of the camera is also important because if I'm very small in a frame and I just have a white wall behind me, it's not very engaging. People don't want to watch that. I probably wouldn't want to watch that. There's too little going on. But then you also don't want to be really big in the video if you're trying to show a bunch of other things that are going on. So it's that kind of balance that I'm trying to look for. I'm just gonna have to keep learning as I do these things. Another thing that I've learned that isn't kind of the recording portion of it, it's more of the posting side of things, is even though I wanted to just upload it after I got done with recording, I did go in and make some thumbnails. Why, you might be asking? It's because if I want anybody to see my content, I need them to click the video first. I've been learning that the position of where my hands are, how I take screenshots of the video that I recorded. I try to keep it very minimal because I wasn't really trying to figure out how to cheat the system and have the best thumbnail ever. I just wanted to have a little bit more so people could have more knowledge of kind of what is going on in that video through the thumbnail. Also, the wording of your titles are important. I've noticed that if you have a title that kind of engages with the user, or it's just kind of a topic that people like, I tend to get more views on those videos, and I've realized that people will follow and like your videos if you're more you and you're willing to be there. With that, that's kind of what I've learned. Why would you guys want to do this challenge? I think this challenge is really important if you want to document your life. It's taking better photos, taking better videos, and having that documentation of your life. Even if you don't post it somewhere, even if you just want to keep it for yourself, I think this is a great way to build up that confidence. And like I said, it has actually gone into my life of talking to people and being a better communicator. It's kind of like that idea of sitting in front of a mirror and just talking to yourself. But the good thing with recording yourself doing it is you can go back and see what you've done and the areas where you didn't realize that something you didn't really work. There's been a couple of times where I've rewatched something and I'm sitting here kind of cringing a little bit because it really didn't work that well, but because I wasn't editing anything out, I just had to keep going. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that sometimes the biggest time for me when it comes to like my anxiety is right before an event happens. You don't have a pause, cut out that section, put those two things together, and then say it. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that sometimes the biggest time for me when it comes to like my anxiety is right before an event happens. If you were to sit in front of the camera and talk, then go back and watch what you've recorded, you'll start to see things that you want to improve on when you're just communicating to other people. I don't know where the tripod. It can feel very uncomfortable, and getting through that can lead you to do and feel better about yourself and what you're recording. So spending 30 days in front of the camera has helped me in many different ways, and I also think it can help you guys as well. Please like and comment if you have done this before, or if you have some things that you would like me to cover and go over a little bit more in detail. If you like my content, please subscribe. It really does help and lets YouTube know to kind of keep pushing out my videos to others so others can also learn as well. With that, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Like, part of my learning is I have a fan on. Today I forgot I was sitting on the edge of the bed. I almost fell off the bed. Finally found it. It's been doing great because I can actually see, have my eyes open the whole entire time and not be like, what's that over there? It's so bright. I think my Nebraskan accent came out in that one. Okay, I will leave that off on there. It's getting a little weird. The stairway. Oh. A little. I went a little too late. I went and hung out with two of cats were everywhere, and we a little bit nervous about this. Really. Because one of the people we did, I tried some Turkish delight for the first time. There's not much more I can really think of, and this light is really starting to get on my nerves with how many times it shuts off.